Hello and welcome back to the Microsoft Publisher application course. In this video we will be wrapping up graphics and design topic, and we will be looking at three separate topics: grouping and ungrouping objects and text, rotating and flipping objects, ordering the position of objects and text. So let's pull out our publication practice and let's see how all this works. So let's start with grouping and ungrouping objects. So if you look at all the objects and pictures that I've drawn here, I can simply click and move each one of them on their own. So for example, the rectangle, can click, hold and move. The call out, so each of them are on their own, right? So if I group two objects together, so let's say I do this, it simply means that I can move them together or select them together and do what I want to do to them together. So how do you group two objects? You have to first select them together. So I will click on the rectangle. Let's assume I want to group the rectangle and the line here. I click the rectangle. Now to select this line together with the rectangle, I have to make sure I'm holding down my control key on my keyboard. So I press the control key on my keyboard and I click this. So you see both are selected. Then I can go to format menu. So go to format menu and here you see group under arrange, and then you can click group. Now you see the highlight over both of them shows that both of them are selected. So to show you that it is true, we click outside, click on any of these objects. So when you click, so I click the line, this one, and you see both of them are selected. So I'm gonna click outside again and I will click on the rectangle this time, and let me try to move the rectangle. So you see, as I try to move the rectangle, the line also goes with it. So I can also group them together with another one. So let's assume I want to group them together with the picture. So I will click on them. So one click selects both. Press my control key. While I'm doing that, I will click on the picture and that selects the picture. And then I go to format menu again and I go to group. And this time you see a wider highlight or square. That means I can simply click on any one and move all three. Click on this, see, and that's basically how you group objects or shapes together. You can also do that with even text shapes like this. Okay. If I want to ungroup what I just did, I will, first click on them. So because I know that 1, 2, 3 objects are grouped together, I will click any one of them. This will pick all of them. And I will go to format and I will say ungroup. So it will do the last things it grouped together, which means it will separate the apple picture from the other two because I grouped the apple last to the other two. So let's click on group. You see now the separate boxes, one covering these two objects and the other covering the apple. I will click outside. So now if I click on the apple and I drag, I can move it on its own. And if I click on the rectangle, I still have the other two grouped. So if I want to ungroup these two, I click on any one of them, go back to format, and I will do ungroup again. And then I can click outside first, then click on any one, and I can move it separately. And basically, this is how you group and ungroup text. So what is the next topic? Rotating and flipping objects. So to rotate any object, you simply click on it. The easiest way is that whenever you click on an object, there's always a handle you can use to rotate that object. So for example, let's take this one. Now apart from these handles here, the one that is external here, you see when I point to it, you see the rotation symbol. So it means if I want to rotate it, I can simply click, hold my mouse, so I don't release the mouse, then I can turn in the directions I want, and when I'm okay with that, I can release the mouse. So I'm going to try it now. So I will click, hold my mouse, I go towards the left, see, and if I'm okay with what I want, I will release my mouse. I can do it again by going there, click, I go down, and I can release my mouse. Of course, I can do the same with this. Click on it, here is the handle, and I can go right, and if I want to go down, all the way down, all the way down, and or if I don't like it, I do it again until yeah, I mean, this is also nice. So that's how you can rotate objects, but you can also do it through the menu. So let's say I want to rotate this guy, I click on it. It doesn't have any handle because it's a line, but you can easily just go there, click and drag it this way, or click and drag it this way. The only thing is that the size or the length changes. So let's just do it differently. Rotate it in a way that you can still keep the size. So click on it. Let's go to format, and under format there is rotate, and I think if you go to home there is also rotate. You can use any of them, but let's stay with format menu, and I'll click on the arrow down on format, on rotate, and I can say rotate 90 degrees and watch what happens to it. See, and I can go back because it's still selected, rotate left, and I can go back, flip vertical. It's vertical already, so I'll say flip horizontal, a little bit horizontal, flip. You might not notice that much. And I can also do free rotate, and I can go there and drag how I want, and leave the mouse. So that's how you can rotate. You do the same to this. For example, go to format, and you can say flip horizontal, nothing happens. Vertical, it goes up or down. So let's try it with this one. So if I go to format and flip vertical, watch, you see this comes down, and if I go down horizontal, goes the other way. So, and that's how you can rotate and flip your objects. And the final topic we want to look into is ordering the positions of objects in text. By the way, let's practice rotation with this. So click, go to format, let's rotate it 90 degrees. You see that? And again, let's flip it horizontal. It goes the other way, so from here to there, and rotate. Let's say free rotate, and you can go in and drag. That's longer, so let's just do it back again until we get what we want. So I keep rotating it. It's so funny. Okay, so, and then we need to flip, I think, horizontal again, or vertical, I don't know. So I'm just going to leave this because it's it's funny. Okay, so horizontal, and then one more vertical. There we go. So interesting, right? So let's see how you can order objects. Now when it comes to ordering objects, let's say I put this object, I move it in front of this one. So you see the apple is covering this. But let's say I want the inscription to be written. Let's say I want the object behind to be in front of this. So you can either move one object behind the other, or you can move the other one in front of the other. So because we can see both of them, it's easy to select any one of them. So let's choose the apple. Okay, and we want to put it behind the other shape. So we go to format, and here we go for send backwards. Click the arrow and you say send it to back, and it will immediately send it behind. And you see it's in front. And click outside. If you want to bring it forward or to the front, click the apple sign again, or the apple picture, go back to format, and this time go to bring forward and say bring to front. And so let's try with 3 objects. So let's say we put this one in front of this. Oh, it's not in front anyway, it's behind. So I'm going to put it all the way in behind. So I will send it completely to back. So it's behind both the apple and the PowerTech sign. That's the yellow one here. So I will select this object, the PowerTech. It's really behind and I want to bring it to the front. Now I go to Format, I say Bring Forward. Now when I click Bring Forward, it doesn't come immediately to the front, and that's because Bring Forward or Send Backwards, either way they go one step at a time. So it is in front of the yellow object but not in front of the apple. Now if I do Bring Forward again, now it comes in front. So Bring Forward brings it forward one step at a time depending on how many objects you put in front of it. So because I have two objects in front of it, I need to use Bring Forward twice. And if I want to go backwards to the very last again, and it's still selected, so I go to Format and I say Send Backwards to send it behind the apple but not behind the yellow sign. And if I go back and I say Send Backwards, and now it's behind the yellow sign. Now if I just want it one time forward and one time backwards, I simply will say Bring to Front, and it will immediately come to the front. And if I want it immediately to the back, I will use Send to Back. And that's the basic difference between them. So let's separate each of them again by moving them away from each other. And this is practically how you can arrange or organize or order shapes. You can also do that if you have text written on your document and a shape is blocking the text. You can make sure that text comes in front. Thank you very much for listening, and this brings us to the end of the topic Graphics in Design. Thank you and goodbye.